Hello XRP community, this is XRP Anonymous, where we seek truth, clarity, and unity within the XRP space. Welcome to this video on planning for your financial futures. I'm not a financial advisor, these are just my thoughts, and do not rely on my words to make financial decisions for yourself. That is your responsibility, not mine. So with that said, if you've ever watched DM Logic's videos on planning for your financial futures instead of just hoping for XRP to hit the moon, I think it's a very smart thing to do for yourself and for your family. I mean, if you understand the potential in XRP to be a massively adopted product that aids the world payment system, you understand that with the product and the partnerships alone, there's a very high potential for a return on investment, a large return on investment. And knowing that we are very early, we've invested very early. We're the very early adopters. I think that we're actually the innovators is the term they use. We're within the 1 percentile. We're in the 1%. I believe the figure is 0.85%. Less than 1% of America is invested in XRP. And there's a lot of people that don't even know what XRP is. So we understand that we are involved in something that not a whole lot of people are involved in. They don't know how the Ripple's products even work. They don't understand anything. They just make they make their transactions, they complete their transfers of money on a day-to-day basis, and they don't understand the process of how that works. And if you've done your research, congratulations, because you clearly see the value on how Ripple's products is going to really speed up things and make things cheaper. There's a lot of value in that. And to put things in perspective of how early we are as adopters, I said 0.85%. But check out how many people are subscribed to the biggest YouTube channels. DAI, I believe, is the #1 XRP guy with 40,000 subscribed people. I think the Modern Investor, he talks about XRP, but he talks about a lot of cryptos, and he's been in the game for a while. He's been in it, during the bull run last year, which really sped up the growth of the community. But a lot of people have kind of faded away, and now we're part of this XRP community, and we see about 40,000 people subscribe to DAI. You see maybe 20,000 in other accounts here and there. And so just the highball things, let's say there's about 150,000 active people in the XRP community. Okay, about 150,000. There's like 34,000 people subscribed to the Reddit page. And social media is a big thing. It's a big deal these days. So you can kind of rely on those numbers. You can kind of rely on those numbers as an indicator of how early we are as adopters. Okay, and we're talking about mass adoption. There's over 7 billion people on the planet, and this is XRP facilitates transactions and transfers internationally and domestically. So this is something that very potentially everyone will be using, and they don't even know it. Okay. And just to put another number in there, if you go to the XRP rich list, I don't know the exact URL, just Google it, XRP rich list. If you have over 10,000 XRP, you're in the top 75,000 wallets, and that's including institutional wallets. So, that's only like $3,000 or a little over $3,000 of XRP. So, not a whole lot of people are involved in this at this point. So congrats if you found XRP. Now I want to talk about planning for financial future. I'm going to wrap up this video real quick because I really don't want to make long videos. And I want this to be an open discussion thing. So leave your ideas on what you want to invest in after XRP hits the moon. Maybe you want to leave your money in XRP. Maybe you want to diversify. If you want to diversify, leave your ideas in the comment section below for people to see. And I mean, if you care to share that, if you want to share your ideas and let people explore that possibility for themselves, if you want to help other people, that's a great thing, right? And I want to talk about my ideas for the rest of this video. Now, of course, I've thought about, like, you know, the usual things. Put your money in real estate or a business or whatever. But what about putting your money in an investment firm? Let me tell you about a guy that I know. He actually had a stroke, and so he really helped himself with this investment. He has an investment firm. I don't want to name any companies or anything. There's plenty of investment firms out there. Just be smart about who you choose if you choose to go to an investment firm. He hired a financial advisor at an investment firm, and this was about 30 years ago. He put about $1 million of his retirement account into this investment firm, and he has never gone in the negative. So they're a pretty damn good investment firm. He started with about medium risk investments, and he eventually went to lower risk investments as he aged. He's about 83 years old right now. And the account has grown to almost $2 million. He makes on average about 5% annually on his investment, the principal. So if we just had $1 million in an investment firm, 5% of that is $50,000. That's it. I mean, annually $50,000. That's pretty good. You're gonna be able to get by off of $50,000 a year, no problem, as long as you don't dig into the principal amount. Now he's sitting on $2 million. That's $100,000 a year, because that's 5%, and 5% is actually lowballing. I think he said that he goes actually around 8%, but I'm just going to use 5% to kind of lowball things, make it easier with the numbers. So he makes about $100,000 a year just with the money he put into that investment firm. That's $2 million. Okay. So do the math with how much XRP you hold now, and you know, if that is something that interests you, look into that. There's plenty of companies that do that. I really don't want to name any companies, but I'm sure there's plenty of ads online that'll help you find one. But that is, I mean, that $100,000 a year, that's really not a bad. It's really not a bad option, especially if you got 10,000 XRP, and if you're anticipating XRP to reach pretty high prices. I mean, you only need $200 per XRP to hit $2 million, and that's, you know. So I mean, think about that, and I mean, also at the same time, start thinking about where the market is at currently. You know, a lot of people are talking about the next financial the next recession happening, and you know, you don't want to buy super high, right? So, you know, think about that. You know, you may not want to put your money in before there's another recession. You know, do your research and be smart with your money. But you may be the person that just wants to keep your money in XRP. That may be the smartest thing to do. I mean, it's hard to just say put your money just in XRP because, you know, you should diversify, right? That's what people say. But these are just my thoughts. Putting your money into an investment firm really doesn't sound like a bad idea. And take it from my friend. He's been doing it for, he was invested for 30 years. He's never been negative, so it's a pretty solid firm. And he lives off about $100,000 a year. It started from $50,000 and grew up to $100,000 a year. That's really not bad. So that is my thoughts on where you could possibly diversify after XRP hits the moon. Please put down your thoughts in the comments section below, and please leave a like and subscribe to my channel if you enjoy the content. Thank you so much, and enjoy your weekend.